Hi everyone, this is Emmy. Today I'm going to show you how to work this stitch. And every row that you work will be like working 3 rows of single crochet. And the best part about this stitch is there are no holes, it's all connected. So this will be a great stitch for working winter hats or things like bags and purses where you want a solid finished texture. So let's get started. To crochet this easy stitch, you're going to start with a row of foundation chain in any number. When you have your foundation chain the correct length, insert your hook in the second stitch from the hook and pull up a loop. Insert into the next stitch and pull up a loop. Then you're going to insert into the next stitch and pull up a loop. And you're going to have 4 loops on the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick up the yarn, pull it through 2 loops. Pick up the yarn, pull it through 2 loops. Pick up the yarn, pull it through the remaining 2 loops. And now working across the row, every stitch will be exactly the same. You can see here we have these horizontal loops. So I'm going to insert my hook under the first horizontal loop and pull up a loop. And I'm going to go to the next horizontal loop and I'm going to pull up a loop. I have 3 loops on the hook. Now I'm going to go into the next stitch and pull up a loop. And now I'll have 4 loops on the hook. Pick up the yarn, pull it through 2. Pick up the yarn, pull it through 2. Pick up the yarn, pull it through 2. And there's your first stitch. And you're going to repeat that all the way across the row. Insert under that horizontal loop and pick up a loop. Insert under the next horizontal loop and pick up a loop. And now go down to the next stitch. Insert into the stitch, pick up a loop. You have 4 loops on the hook. Pick up the yarn, pull it through 2. Pick up the yarn, pull it through 2. Pick up the yarn, pull it through 2. Like that. So I'm going to work across the row, and then I'll show you how to work the next row. Okay, I worked all the way across the row, and that's what it looks like. And it really does look like 3 rows of single crochet. And you can see that these are all attached to each other, so you don't get any holes. So to work the next row, and every row, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and turn the work. Now you're going to pass through that second stitch from the hook and pick up a loop. Pass through the next stitch, pick up a loop. 3 loops on the hook. That's going to take the place of that first stitch. So now we're going to work into the second stitch and pull up a loop. And you've got 4 loops on the hook again. Pick up the yarn, pull it through 2. Pick up the yarn, pull it through 2. Pick up the yarn, pull it through 2. And there you can see those horizontal loops. So pass through that first horizontal loop and pull the yarn through. Pass through the next horizontal loop, pull the yarn through. Now go and work into the next stitch and pull up a loop. And you're going to have 4 loops on the hook. Pick up the yarn, pull it through 2. Pick up the yarn, pull it through 2. Pick up the yarn, pull it through 2. So when you're working back and forth, one row is going to look smooth, and then your next row will have these horizontal loops. And that will happen all along. If you want it to look consistently like this every row, you would have to start working again on this end and work through. So each row you would have to begin again at the first stitch. And there's what it's going to look like after you've worked several rows. And I worked each row in different colors just so you could see how each row works up and how tall each of these rows is. So that's all you need to know to be able to work this linked stitch that results in a nice tight texture. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.